Welcome back to Derm Time. I'm Dr. Heejin Ko.
And I'm Dr. Nkema Ganavo. And today we are doing a follow-up video to the hyperpigmentation video that many of you asked for, which is a budget-friendly routine to help treat your hyperpigmentation.
Yes, hyperpigmentation can be so frustrating, but you don't have to break your bank for it.
Exactly. And in an ideal world, we understand that everyone would just go to their dermatologist, get prescriptions, get like their skincare routine, but the world doesn't work like that, right? And skincare can be very confusing. There's so many options out there. So we hope this video can be helpful just to get you started on a routine to help with your hyperpigmentation.
Yes, this can be the start of your hyperpigmentation journey. So we'll link our first video on all things about hyperpigmentation below. So make sure to check it out. Share it to people who wants to know more about hyperpigmentation, the causes, types, and different treatment options.
And as always, don't forget to subscribe if you want more skincare tips from 2 board-certified dermatologists. So we're here to help you find some affordable and effective options that can help even out your skin tone without emptying your wallet. So generally speaking, your routine is going to be split into a morning routine and an evening routine. We're going to start with the morning. So in an effective AM routine, the basics, in our opinion, will be 1, a cleanser, 2, some sort of brightening agent or agents, and 3, sunscreen. And we'll go into each one individually.
So we can start off with cleansers. So for cleansers, you want something that's gentle and hydrating. So one cleanser that I really like is La Roche-Posay's Gentle Cleanser. It's very hydrating and gentle on the skin. It's formulated with niacinamide, which is anti-inflammatory, and it also has glycerin, which is a humectant, so it draws water, hydrating, and then it also has ceramides, which is really important for our skin barrier.
Yep, that's a good one. I recommend that one often. And if you want something that's even more budget friendly, CeraVe's Hydrating Cleanser is another great option. Similar to the Roche, it also has ceramide, so it's going to be helping with that skin barrier. And it has hyaluronic acid, which is helpful as well, particularly if you have sensitive skin. So both of those options are great. They're also fragrance free, so less likely to irritate the skin. And you know, when it comes to the cleanser, I always tell people you want something that's going to be gentle but effective. Gentle so that it's not going to be irritating and it's not going to remove your natural skin moisture, but effective enough that it's going to help take off some of whatever dirt or sweat you might have accumulated after your night's sleep.
Yep, totally agree. One thing to note is that some people who have really dry skin, even when they wake up in the morning, sometimes they don't use a cleanser. It's okay to just use water if you're not oily or if you feel that your skin's really dry. But usually hydrating cleanser, I will say they're not that drying after using it, so it's really up to you. We'll talk about step 2 in your morning skincare routine, which is using brightening agents. So one of the brightening agents that we love is vitamin C. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant, and it also helps to even out skin tone and fight off UV damage. So this one, there's many different types, but we'll go into some of our favorite, relatively budget-friendly ones, and we'll put the pricing on the screen.
Yes.
Okay. So one of my favorite is Vanicream Vitamin C. I briefly talked about it in the other video, link below. So Vanicream is very well known for its sensitive skin friendly formulation. The vitamin C serum has a more stable form of vitamin C called THC ascorbate, and this is nice introduction for those who have sensitive skin if you want to get started on using vitamin C.
And so another option, if you are someone who can tolerate L-ascorbic acid, which is a different form of vitamin C, one option that I often recommend to people that's over the counter is Vichy's Lift Active 15% vitamin C. Like I said, it does contain L-ascorbic acid, so it's going to be a little bit more potent compared to THC ascorbate. However, if you can tolerate it, I do like that option for helping with the overall brightening of the skin tone and of course the free radical protection as well. And I like that it's fragrance free, so a little bit less likely to cause irritation compared to some other types.
Now we do also have other ones that we like. So one that I've used a couple times in my skincare routine is the Aven Vitamin C G. This one is a little bit pricier. It does have fragrance. Now if you can tolerate it, it's fine. If you obviously are reactive to fragrance, then I would skip it. But for me, my skin, it's totally fine, and I actually like it. So I use it in the morning. It has a little bit of a serum-y, creamy texture to it. So I like that it's very hydrating on the skin. And it has niacinamide and bakuchiol as well.
And another one that my patients like as well is Rock Multi-Correction Vitamin C Serum. This one is a 10% vitamin C, but really gentle on the skin, also L-ascorbic acid, and really helps brighten up that skin tone as well, and is budget friendly, so will not hurt the wallet. As an aside, we do have a lot of vitamin C's that we love that are higher end, and we'll make a separate video about that, because again, it's one of those products that, you know, it can be a little bit finicky. So, but this video is about budget friendly, so we're just gonna stick to the budget friendly ones.
Yep. And the last step of the morning skincare routine is sunscreen.
And some would say the most important step.
Yes. You have the option to either use a separate moisturizer and sunscreen, or you can use moisturizer with SPF.
Or you can use an SPF that happens to be moisturizing enough, and you might feel like you don't need a moisturizer.
Yep.
But either way, that SPF should be at least 30, which means 30, 50, etc. is fine.
Yep.
But 30 is going to be the minimum. And if you're treating pigmentation, I often push my patients to get a tinted sunscreen in particular. The reason for that is twofold. One, and most important, tinted gives you an extra protection from something called visible light. So in the environment, we have UVA, we have UVB, and there's also something called visible light. And we are, as dermatologists, we are learning more and more every day how important that visible light is. And visible light can make your pigmentation worse.
Yep.
So you want that tinted sunscreen to give you that extra layer of protection against visible light, in addition to, of course, UVA, UVB, so that you can best optimize your hyperpigmentation treatment.
So one of the sunscreens that I like that's tinted and has a shade that works for my skin tone, one of them is Naturium's Dew Glow Moisturizer SPF 50. So this one has 3 shades, I believe, and it has very dewy finish, and it's SPF 50, so very strong protection.
And if you're someone who prefers a mineral sunscreen, there's a couple of good options over the counter as well that are tinted. One of them is Eucerin's Tinted Mineral Sunscreen SPF 50. I like the fact that this has a natural tint to it. The 50, of course, tells you it's going to be protective enough, and the tint helps it blend in nicely, particularly if you have more of like a brown complexion. Another one that I like is called Coats, C-O-T-Z finish. That's such a good one. I know for a fact it's sold at Ulta, at least, but probably available at other places as well. And that one I've actually tried, not just on my skin tone, but on one of my friends who is Asian descent, another one of my friends who's Caucasian, and we were all able to make it blend. So that's another one that blends really nicely on different skin tones, and it's mineral as well.
Yeah, there is one mineral tinted sunscreen that I like. It's not in drugstores, it's available in Sephora, and it's Lightsaber. That one is really good. It has tinted and non-tinted. I do like the tinted one because it actually blends pretty well to my skin tone.
I haven't been able to try it yet, but
it's really good. Yeah, highly recommend. Let's talk about evening skincare routine. There's 4 steps to evening skincare routine: cleansing, brightening agents, retinol or retinoids, and moisturizer.
Perfect. So similar to the morning routine, the first step is going to be a cleanser. And this is a great time to remove whatever you had on from the day, right? So for some people, that'll be sunscreen and makeup. For other people, that'll be just sunscreen. Note the sunscreen is always included, but you want to thoroughly remove all that product off your face, not just so you're getting it off your skin and so it doesn't cause any congestion, but also so that your skin is prepared to receive the treatments that you're about to apply to your skin.
Yep. So for step 1, for cleansing, honestly, you can use the same one you use in the morning.
To keep it simple.
But we'll talk about other options. One is Vanity Cream has a gentle hydrating cleanser that's really great for those with sensitive skin.
And if you want something that's even more soothing, Aveeno has a cleanser called Aveeno Calm and Restore Cleanser. I like it because it contains colloidal oatmeal. So if you're someone who has easily irritated or sensitive skin, that colloidal oatmeal can be really helpful to help soothe the skin.
Yep, it's a great option.
But like we said, if you really want to keep it simple and keep it budget friendly, you can also just use the same cleanser in the morning as you're using in the evening. Okay, so after cleansing, that's going to be a great time to apply more targeted treatments for your hyperpigmentation. So one relatively new over-the-counter option is from La Roche-Posay, and it's called their Mela B serum. So this is great for someone, especially if you've tried, things like hydroquinone or something that was irritating in the past, so you want something gentler in a serum form. I've recommended this to a few patients, and it hasn't been irritating. It's pretty gentle on the skin and can be used in addition to other products.
Yes, and another good option is topical tranexamic acid. Naturium also has one that can also help to even out skin tone.
And another option, which we mentioned in the initial video, is a product called Faded by a brand called Topicals that also contains azelaic as well as some other brighteners such as kojic acid, and that can be helpful as a targeted treatment for hyperpigmentation in your nighttime routine as well.
Yes. So the third step is using retinols. Retinols are available over the counter. Retinols help to increase cell turnover to help even out the skin tone. The ones that I like Avens.
Okay.
I don't know if you've tried it, retinaldehyde.
Yeah.
They have two different strengths. Now retinaldehyde or retinal requires only one-step conversion to the active form of the retinoid. So this one, technically it's supposed to be a little bit more potent, but you can start with the lowest strength and test it out.
Another great over-the-counter option that I like for beginners is from CeraVe. It's CeraVe's Resurfacing Retinol Serum. Very affordable, and in addition to the retinol, contains niacinamide, which is great for helping with inflammation, and it contains ceramides, which always just make the product more gentle and friendly to your overall skin barrier. So that's another option too. And last but not least, the fourth step is going to be a moisturizer. So the moisturizer is important for two reasons. One, you want to make sure your skin is hydrated, which is going to help it repair as you do these treatments for your pigmentation. And also, if you're using retinol or anything that's going to be irritating to your skin, moisturizer is going to be great to help mitigate that. So I love to have people use a moisturizer after their retinol. And it doesn't have to be expensive.
Yeah, it can be very simple. One of the moisturizers that I like over the counter that a lot of people like is Neutrogena's Hydro Boost Water Gel. It's very lightweight and it feels like applying water on the skin. So a lot of people like it because it's not sticky and it's very fast absorbing.
Another one that's really great too is Vanity Cream's moisturizer. Again, that's going to be fragrance free, paraben free, like everything free. If you're someone who has issues with irritation, I would often recommend a product like that because it's going to do what it needs to do with the moisturizing, but not have any additional frills that could potentially irritate your skin.
Perfect. And that's your affordable and effective routine for hyperpigmentation.
We hope that you found this helpful. Remember, of course, consistency is going to be the most important thing. These ingredients and treatments and products are not going to work overnight. It often requires weeks of consistency, weeks at a minimum to see improvement. But the more that you are consistent and stay on top of it, the more likely you are to see that pigmentation fade.
Let us know in the comments if you've tried any of these budget-friendly products for hyperpigmentation.
And don't forget to like this video and also hit the subscribe button if you found it helpful. And feel free to share to any of your friends who might also be dealing with hyperpigmentation.
Hope you found this helpful.
Thanks for listening. Bye.